The World Economic Forum in 2020 said you're going to own nothing and be happy. And I remember everybody was in an uproar. And 6 years later, I'm going to share with you two things that you better wake up and pay attention. So 6 years later, after the World Economic Forum said you're going to own nothing and be happy, Elon posts that with AI and robotics, we're going to have universal high income because people won't even have jobs. 6 years later, now there was something else that was warned. In 2020, there was warnings sent out by 6 major organizations that pension funds were going to start to run out of money. And on April 9th, 2026, the United States Postal Service reached out to Congress and said, we are running out of money for our pensions. I've been trying to warn the middle class to wake up. You need to start to understand inflation, which is silent taxation. You need to understand the real implications of what's happening with the Straits of Hormuz and what this means to your family's future and retirement. I'm going to stay in my lane, which is macro and microeconomics. But over the next 3 years, you're going to see AI technology and robotics completely transform how the middle class lives. By 2029, you're going to see massive inflation. These are all band-aids that they're putting in place as they move themselves into the new system. What you will see after 2030 is blockchain technology. Every bank will have a stablecoin. Every country will have a stablecoin. Bitcoin will be a reserve. It's like we have a Bitcoin strategic reserve. Banks are transitioning to fintech, financial technology. Jobs that can be automated will be. What took 18 years will take 3 years. And in 3 years, what took 3 years will take 3 months. And then in 3 months, what took 3 months will take 3 minutes. So if you're in a job, you need to ask yourself, is your job AI and robotic proof? And if it isn't, you need to skill up. But one thing you should be really doing right now is paying attention on where you can invest to beat inflation. Because everything that's going to happen over the next 24 months is going to be temporary. One of two things is going to happen. One, Kevin Warsh is going to come in, the head of the Federal Reserve, the new Fed, and he's going to lower interest rates dramatically, and they're going to print a shitload of money. But you lose. That devalues your currency. So the wealthy are going to move into assets that preserve value. Hint, on the other side, if we go into massive inflation like we are now with the Straits of Hormuz being closed down, every single day it's closed down is a reverberation effect. We're about 4 months worth of damage so far. You think gas prices are high now? If this stays shut down, gas prices are going to skyrocket, food prices are going to skyrocket, and again, you get hurt once again. Because either you get hit by devaluation of your currency through printing of money, or you get hit by silent taxation, which is inflation. You can't see it because you see $1,000 in your bank account, but it's silently eroding your buying power. So you have to wake up to how the system actually works. So pay attention. The World Economic Forum said you're going to own nothing and be happy in 2030. But the fact is, most Americans don't own anything right now. We're pissed off. But you can wait for a savior to come out of the sky, or you can wait for the next president to try to save you, or this president to save you, or you can start to build a system. So wake up. I'm going to start getting deeper content on frameworks and how this actually works. I'm showing you guys my whole ecosystem and how I beat inflation, and how I create cash flow, and how I protect from these volatile markets based on macro and microeconomics. You need a system. You don't need the next best crypto. You need a system, not the next best investment, because it all cycles back and forth. And who wins every single time? The 1%. It's time to start thinking like the 1%, structuring like the 1%, moving like the 1%. Warriors, rise! Get your shit together. Love you guys.